Hey, this is Chad from Charlton Bee Company, June 23rd. Now, to the normal eye, you wouldn't see anything besides that insect right there. That is actually a bumblebee. So what you're actually looking at is a bumblebee nest. So as you see another bee coming out in the back there, working in the back. I've been watching them for a while to see where they're coming from, what's going on. So the customers here were raking, and very rarely do you see a bumblebee nest. So that little bit of chewed up there looks like almost like a mouse nest or a chipmunk nest is actually the nest, and it's underground as well. So they were raking right there. As you see a little hole there, and the bumblebees started flying out, and so they called to have these relocated on their property to save them. So it's good to see that people are getting on social media or whatever, or just knowing, doing the right thing as far as what we need, because they are endangered. So I am about to get in there and get this nest together and remove them, and hopefully find the queen, which I think that's the queen on the top and the back there, because she is bigger than the workers. So that bumblebee went right down there, which I think is the entrance, bringing some pollen in on the legs right there, looking for the hole. So what I will do is open this up, and they're going to get a little nasty, and put them inside a Tupperware bin with some leaves, keep the nest in the same position, and relocate them, and make sure that there's a bunch of workers and the queen. If not, then I'll put them in there and leave them till bark, and then put them on a spot we already chose, which is next to a stump, with some coverage, and it should be a perfect spot for them. So first thing I did was locate the size of the nest. It's about 12 inches long. The queen just came out, and she's twice the size of a worker. So I tried getting her, but she just went back in. She's right there. She might pop out. Let's see. No, that's a worker. So that's where she went in. So that's the entrance. They're a little aggressive because obviously messing with their nest, but they're not bad. So I will try to get the queen. Obviously I need to get her so she's part of the nest. I'm going to put them on this lid, and I'm sure she'll come out. So I'm going to pause this for a second. So there she is. Much bigger than you can see the bumblebee next door. That's the queen right there. Twice the size as a worker. She's burrowing back in. All right, we got her. I'm gonna remove the nest. So I got the whole nest. Not even opening it up. I'm keeping the nest the same as that, the way it was. I put it where it was. Slid the lid underneath. There's the queen right there. And all the bees are coming around, checking out all the workers. So I do. You put the bin upside down and capture them all and put them together so they're together, so they orientate to where they're going to be located. So there's a bunch of workers here. I will relocate this nest. Alright, so we're back. It's 8 o'clock, and I was here a little earlier. There's one bumblebee right there. As you hear the kids in the background, so that's why I want to get them to a safe location. It's by the 2 doors. So we're going to move it to the new location, and we'll get them over there. I'll show you a new spot. So I'll put some grass over here, but the queen ended up coming out, and I did see her, so she is in there. Bumblebees are flying down lower. The nest is exactly the same way as it was same side they fly into and so forth. As you see them going down there now, and actually going into it. So that's pretty good. So as they come out right there, that's perfect. It's a good sized nest, and I'm pretty sure I got all the foragers besides 2. When I moved it and put the lid over it, they were all pretty much in there. So they're scoping it out, their new location, so they should be good, and they're hovering low. This is Chad from Trout and Bee Company, and this is a Bumblebee Relocation.